Alright folks, welcome back to Tekken. We're on another video. We're going to be talking about the more intermediate stuff and the more like cooler stuff, the cool things you can do in this game. So we know last time we did the basics. We did, your standard high, lows, mid, stuff like that. Grabbing, frames, and sidestepping. We're going to be moving on to more in-depth things you need to really look out for. Excuse me. Now, the first section of this video, we're going to be talking about high and low crushes. So these will be moves that, if you do a move like this, it will crush a high or it will crush a low. So for instance, if I have King, I'm going to have King do like, let's say, clothesline. Actually, I'm just going to have him jab. Yeah, I'm going to have him jab. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have him do like a jab or something simple. What's a simple high that King has? This. Yeah, that's a simple high, okay. Right? And as you can see, me hitting him, it's a high. Now, I'm going to do this move called Snake Edge. Wrong input. It's called Snake Edge, I believe. I don't think it's called that for Dragunov. For Brian, it's called Snake Edge, so I'm going to call it Snake Edge. This move is called Snake Edge. If it hits you, it's a combo. You get a cool combo off of this. We're going to have King do that little move, and we're going to do Snake Edge. See how I went under it? If I stand here or try to jab him, I get hit. Right? I can't fight this move because it's armor. So I go below it and hit it. Right? Now, let's have him stop doing that. Excuse me. Now, any move, there are a lot of moves in this game actually that crush lows, that make you crouch or make you go below your opponent so that when you're here, they can't hit you. So the same would be if we're down two. I'm crouching, right? I went under. He virtually can't hit me unless I do this move late. So those moves are kind of risky because Snake Edge is reactive. But if you're being pressured at wall, like for instance, if I was being pressured at wall and I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna throw a Snake Edge, right? It could be your tool to get back into the game, get back into the groove, and get back into the match, right? Now, as far as low crushes go, a lot of moves in this game have a sort of low crush property, like sort of, because some moves, the character will put their head down for a second, and the game will consider that as crouching. Some down forward twos have this. I believe Warong's has this. I believe even Dragunov's has this. So, but it's a tiny, like, it's one frame of the move. So if you hit that one frame during the move and you get high crush, I get launched, right? Now, high crushing moves or other low crushing moves. We're not gonna move to high crush yet. Other low crushing moves will be anything that puts you airborne, anything that puts you in the air, anything that involves you jumping into the air. So if we have King, I'm gonna have King do what's it called? I'm gonna have King do down three, I guess. Yeah, down three is good. Excuse me. And you see there, I jump anything that puts me airborne, I can just hop over this move. So, and more often than not, well, actually, almost every time that somebody hits you with the low and you crush this, your opponent will get hit. But sometimes they could do a low, like King has down back three. I think that puts him crouching. Yeah. Where if I were to crush this, we're both gonna whip because he's crouched. We're both crouching. We're both crouching. So you could crush this, and I don't think Dragunov is a mid. Okay, this is a mid. So you would crush this with up forward 4 or up forward 3. That's a mid. It'll hit King, right? Because if you do this move, it'll just whip. Or if you do this move, it'll whip. And of course, you can do up forward 2 with Dragunov. We'll give you full combo on this. Right? Just a little combo for y'all. Just a little something light. Because we'll be moving into combos and heat crushes, or sorry, not heat crushes, heat engagers are later. But as I've said, high crushes are moves that make your character or put your character into a state of crouching. And low crush moves are moves that require you to be airborne. Which I don't think Falcarams counts as airborne. There are some heat smashes in the game that involve a character jumping, but they're not really airborne, right? But yeah, I think that covers the high and low crushes for now. Let's move on to heat engagers. These are moves that will, when on hit, will put you in heat. So I picked Dragunov for a good reason because, you know, I play Dragunov a lot. I play King a lot too. I know most heat engagers, but basic heat engagers for Dragunov will be back 4-3. Right? QCF 1+2. QCF is quarter circle forward, by the way. And 1+2 will be square plus triangle or X plus Y if you're playing Xbox. What are his other? He has some more heat engagers. You know, we can look at him. Sure, we can look at him. Here you go. Yeah, 1-2-1. That's it. 1-2-1, 4-3, 1+2. And of course, you can always activate heat raw with 2+2. Your heat bar will be like down. It would be like a quarter of it will be missing, but that's fine because you still go into heat. You're still powerful enough in heat. Right? Now, if you hit somebody with a heat engager, you have a full heat bar. You will always have a full heat bar if you hit somebody with an engager. And these moves you have to be careful with because Dragunov on block for QCF 1+2, I believe he's -13 to 14. I think he's -14. This is bad. This is horrible. This is actually horrible. King, can I remember? Can I have him remember? It's fine. We'll change it right now. We'll change it right now. I'm gonna make myself king, and then we'll make Dragunov the person we're fighting.
Get ready for the next battle.
It's much easier to illustrate it like this than the other way. We're gonna have Dragunov do QCF 1+2, and then I'll show you what King can do to punish that thing. Right? We already know about frame punishes and what's negative, but I just want to show you how dire it is if you do this move and somebody blocks it. Right? King just got 37 damage for free because he blocked this. Right? So, and you'd be like, well, wouldn't I just use back 4-3? Yeah, you could use back 4-3. You know, it's a pretty good move. But you can duck it. And of course, like, I don't know what people's ranks are, whoever's watching the video. I don't know what your rank is. I don't know how good you are at Tekken. But I don't like using strings that can be ducked. I mean, I do them if I have to, but if I can help it, I'm not going to do something that you can duck. I mean, I'm going to use it, but if you duck it, I'm going to use it less. Same goes for King with 4-2-1, right? This is a mid-high, and on hit, you will get hit. It's confirmed on hit, I mean. But the issue with this is, I'm going to set Dragunov to block all, and after he gets hit or he blocks, he will crouch. You can just duck him. And Dragunov can launch me here. And I mean like full combo launch. Like he can legitimately just rising 2 and do a full combo, right? So you have to be careful with heat engagers and careful with heat engagers and moves in general that have a high or they end in a high where people can just crouch this and punish you for it, right? Of course, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna get punished for doing this because I mean, I'm in Raijin, Fujin rank, and people don't duck this. They don't. And sure, I don't use it a lot. I don't use it on block like raw. I usually use it when I'm whiff punishing. So if Dragunov did like back 3 or some type of move where he whiffs, I'm gonna do this, right? Or even this. And look at this. King has a safe heat engager that's a mid that goes pretty far. You're -9. This is safe. Dragunov cannot punish you. Right? What's another? Oh yeah, King has another heat engager too. If your opponent crouches, or you put your opponent into a mode of crouching. So if you Jaguar step 2, which is 3 + 4 and 2, right? And you press down 1 + 4, you get this. And now I'm in heat, right? So let's say Dragunov is like, let's say I do this. I'm -11, but if Dragunov decides to duck because he's like, oh, he's doing the next part, I can grab it. Right? And that kind of talks about our later chapter of conditioning, but we're not going to move into conditioning just yet. We're still talking about heat engagers. King has a lot of heat engagers. He can run into and grab you. This is a heat engager. I think 4-2-1 is a heat engager, as we all know. 4-2-1 is a heat engager. Down 1 + 4 is a heat engager. I think that's it for his heat engagers, actually. I might be missing like one. Oh yeah, this one. 4, 2 + 3. Right? And heat engagers they're good moves. A lot of them are really good. I don't really see any. I can't really think of any heat engagers that are like, I wouldn't do this in a match. Like this is negative. It's stupid. You know, other than QCF 1 + 2 with Dragunov because it's -14. He can get 37 damage off it for free. So a move like that you wouldn't use. You would use that if, let's say, King did this, right, and you block it. You would 1 + 2 because that move is fast enough to do it. He's -14. Your move is frame 13, right? Anyways, that covers heat engagers. We talking about combos now. We're gonna switch to a different map actually because this map is huge. I'm going to go. I want to play Dragunov. I'm gonna play Dragunov to show some combos with Dragunov. The Dragunov's cool. Put it on Warong. Put the map. What map do we want, y'all? You know what? Celebration on this. What do you call that? Scene?
Get ready for the next
The
battle.
Victor map. You know, the banger Victor map. But yeah, heat engagers. You want to use moves that are safer or can be made safe. So I'm going to show you something Dragunov can do to make that move back 4-3 safer and to mix up your opponent because they're not going to duck every single time you do back 4. And if they do, just do back 4-2-1, man. You know, keep doing back 4-2-1. You have other heat engagers to use to go into heat, right? So back 4-3, right? Back 4-2-1. Look at this. Just change your moveset up. All right, off the combos. This is the combos, the combo section of the video. Any move that launches your opponent in air can cause a combo. Something like this, even this. This works too. Some moves will have counter hit properties that will allow you to launch the opponent if hit with a counter hit. If I do running 2 with Dragunov, right, it just knocks him down. But if I counter hit, I get a whole combo off if you time it right. Maybe they nerf it. Did they nerf that combo? I guess it did. That's crazy. But yes, you can get a whole combo off of doing that. Anyway, how to get the scaling? And you're like, wow, that's a lot of damage. 86 damage for a combo like that? Yes, but the launcher I used was very negative. 14. See this? It's 14. So it's not great, but it ain't bad, right? Because over here, I could... $87, right? Good combo. good stuff, right? You do this. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Okay, because the combo I do for this is usually 4-4, and then I just keep going. So I don't know why I can't. Maybe Hwarong's too short. I don't know. That works on multiple characters. I don't know. But combos that help you, you know, get your opponent to the wall and get some damage are good combos. I don't care how simple they are. I don't care that, oh, well, how do I get my opponent all the way to the wall? 52 damage, but I only know how to do 52 damage combos. That's fine. Learn basic combos. Learn basic things you can do off of a combo. And then move into the more advanced stuff. The more advanced, you know. I didn't press that. The more advanced combos. You don't need to know all the best combos in the world to play Tekken. It certainly does help. Like, but you don't need to be the best combo like character or best combo player in the game to do a combo with a character or play the game. And of course, on a larger map, Dragunov has a more advanced technique called sneak cancel, where you launch your opponent, you do sneak, and you sidestep it, and you cancel it, and do another sneak. It's kind of integral for his combos, but it's kind of hard. 102 damage, man. That's a lot of damage with no heat, no nothing, just wall and a regular launcher, man. That's a lot of damage. The thing is, if I hit him at an awkward angle, I can't get that on the damage. I push my button. But yeah, combos can be anything. They can be as simple as just down forward 2, a corkscrew, and then a heat smash. That's a horrible combo, but it's somewhere to start, you know? This is somewhere to start. And you need to just start. Start doing things. Figure out your launcher. Figure out what is a good thing to do. Okay, Hwarong is doing, let's say Hwarong does Ravenclaw, right? Just figure out things you can do. Right? Oh, it's a double high. I can just, or it's a 4 hitting high. I can just duck and launch him. Figure things out. You don't have to be the best to play this game. And in the moments that you're playing it, you're learning the game. You're learning to be better at Tekken. You don't need to know all the crazy combos and crazy sneak cancels and stuff to play the game. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. Now, we talked about combos, and I guess we'll move into wall combos. This will still be the same chapter. So this will still be combos / wall combos. When you get your opponent to the wall, if you can, right? What do you do when they're on the wall? You can do usually a 3-hit string, a 2-hit string, anything that's damaging you can do on the wall. Now you saw me with this combo against Hwarong. Down 3, 2, 1 plus 2. 103 damage, right? This is a pretty good wall combo. I've seen other Dragunovs do forward 3 into down forward 2, which is sneak, into 1 plus 2. Pretty good combo. Or forward 3 into sneak into 2. Pretty good damage, right? Now, it's not going to be good damage because I launched him on wall raw, but if I do it Like if I just use this, look at that damage. That scale is insane. That damage is insane. But when you get your opponent on wall eventually, right? Whether it be a heat engager, whether it be from just pushing them onto the wall, or just, you know, doing this, corkscrew them and then do your wall combo. If you're able to corkscrew them like this or tornado them, which I didn't talk about that in the combos. Tornadoes and tailspins will help you in your combo. If you launch your opponent and you do a whole sequence before you actually, end the combo, right? See the way Hwoarang flips in the air? Tornado, right? I can do a lot of stuff here. I can just end the combo and do 4, 4, 4, 3, running 2, or I could just do nothing. I could just sit there, let him get up and do an Oki or something like that. There's a lot of things you can do with your combos. Or you can be like, oh, I want to end the combo here, but I want to keep going. You can aerial tailspin him and push him to the wall if you want to a bit more, right? And aerial tailspins, I think every character has them. They serve to help you get your character, your opponent to wall and get more damage out of your combos. So if I launch Hwoarang, do this combo, bam, 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 right? Or if I do a combo like this, come on. That is the aerial tailspin. Saw the way he just spun in the air like that? Look at that. It helps you in combo. Because you can force it up here too. Right? I think that's it for wall combos, really. I don't think there's really... I don't want to talk about pressure yet. That'll probably be another thing I'll talk about like in a different video. But let's talk about conditioning. Conditioning your opponent to do something you want them to do to put them in a disadvantageous state, right? So as Dragunov is a very good character to be playing, talk about conditioning. He has down 2, it's a quick poke move. A lot of players are not blocking it at all. You can probably read it and block it, but you're not reacting to this unless you're one of the best players in the world like me, K-Wiz, or anybody else in the world, right? You're not reacting to this move. This move is not reactable to normal people. You might be able to react to it. Everybody's different. But this move, for the most part, is unreactable. So let's say I'm fighting a Hwoarang or a King or something, anybody in this game, and they just going, they're going. I do down 2, side step down 2, side step down 2, side step down 2, and they just won't block low to kill for their life, bro. They won't block low, right? So bam, bam, bam. Let's say they lose because I kept hitting them with down 2. Now, I'm going to switch it up, right? They're probably going to be ducking a lot more because I got hit by down 2, so I can run up on them and they'll duck, right? Let's say I do down 2 one time and Hwoarang goes, I want to duck now. I want to duck. Oh, you want to duck? Okay. Grab that joker. Oh, you want to duck? Launch him. And Dragunov has other moves to keep you in check too for ducking from randomly. Down back 3+4 into back 1+2. Right? That's what I used to do in the beginning of Tekken 8, but I feel like now it's kind of risky to do this move into this, or this move into this. But conditioning is still very much a thing in Tekken. You can make your opponent do something that they really shouldn't be doing against a character like Dragunov, right? Simply by poking them out. Attacking the legs, even with pigeon rolls. You can do a lot of things in this game to condition your opponent to make them, oh, I'm scared to do anything. What do I do? You can condition your opponent. You don't need to keep doing the same 5 moves over and over again. Like if I'm playing Dragunov, if I just use this and a mid check every now and then, like this on counter hit launches. So if I do a mid, right, just like this whiffs and I get the next part, I get a combo off of that. 89. Pretty freaking good, right? And that's with wall. like Dragunov's a pretty good character when it comes to conditioning combos and stuff like that, right? And so are other characters. The conclusion I'm coming to, or the things I'm trying to say about Tekken right now are, there are a lot of things you can do to up your game, make your gameplay better, and make yourself a better player. Whether it be practicing frames every day, you know, going into punishment training and doing this and going, okay, I can punish this with this, right? Or just going into the lab and just sitting there and practicing a single combo over and over, trying to get that combo perfect, right? It helps. You are helping yourself in some way, because you're not sitting there being mindless like everyone else is, just playing the game and pressing buttons, dropping combos like this, and then just spamming a random move because you dropped a combo, right? Right? You can make yourself better. It's not, this game isn't so linear that you can't make yourself better and be better at Tekken. So that's just my message to y'all. Be better at Tekken, train yourself, shoot, condition yourself, you know? Let's say you fight a lot of Hwarongs who like to do that freaking flowchart high string. I think it's down 3, hold on, down, right? You can just keep punching, you can just keep going, right? Stuff like that. He keeps doing this. How do I interrupt it? How do I duck this, right? You can duck down 3 and 4. It's not reacting, but if you duck it, he's fucked. What is he gonna do? And even if you get hit by down 2, you can still duck. Punish that man. You want to keep going? Punish. You know what I'm saying? Use the tools the game gives you. I know this character, for a lot of people, feels really unfair, feels unbalanced as hell. And yeah, he kind of is. He is strong. He's very strong. Everybody's strong in Tekken 8, but he has his weaknesses too, man. You can sidestep him. You can even grab him, to be honest. But what are you gonna do against him? Power break grabs. But there are things in this game and tools that allow you to be better, become better, and eventually you can be the best. You can be up there in EVO, at TWT, EWC. You can be at that level that you want to be if you consistently and constantly train yourself in this game and in life. It doesn't matter what you're doing. As long as you go ahead and you go get it, you will eventually get there. Now, that's going to cut it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. You already know what to do if you liked the video. I'll see y'all again in the next episode. Stay safe.